Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch and Arbor Marketing. How's everybody doing today? Good. All right. Very good. Quick announcement. We have some attachable sunglass shades that somebody may have lost. They're kind of oval shaped. Susan Harris. There you go, right in the back there. All right. So welcome, folks. It's a beautiful sunny day. We do have air conditioning here, so I'm grateful for that. And how many of you are first-time LA2Mers? Any first-timers out there? Great. You know, it's amazing. Every week we get people here for their first time, so thank you for coming. And I hope you come every week. I mean, we usually meet on Wednesdays, right? Every Wednesday, except we're taking off the summer, so we only have one more program, which is shocking. Then we're going to take off the summer. But we meet every Wednesday besides that, and we have a great time here. It's essentially free to come. If you want lunch, it's $10. And that goes to counter meals. The menus are on the table and includes your drink, which is a great deal. Lunch and Arbor Marketing, or actually, I should say LA2M, we're kind of rebranding. So LA2M stands for Lunch and Arbor Marketing, but we're really condensing that to just LA2M. And we're about to launch kind of a new logo. And our tagline is Marketing Education. So that's really what we're all about, LA2M Marketing Education. We have all these free programs. They're filmed by Roger Rayle. They're put up on the LA2M website, and you can watch them all at your leisure. You always learn something here at LA2M. So that's our goal, is marketing education. And we're also a 501c3 nonprofit. So we this year we're giving money to Ann Arbor Public Schools as a fund to help students that want to get into marketing and advertising careers. We're donating money. Have we figured out how much money we're giving for this year yet? $1,000. Okay, so we're taking $1,000 out of our bank account and donating it to help the kids who don't have money to get into marketing camps and different educational opportunities. We're a purely volunteer organization. Okay, we have one employee, Mary Lou Olds. She's our first employee, and she's LA2M manager. Thank you, Mary Lou. The rest of us all volunteer. I haven't been here lately, which I'm really sorry. It's been crazy busy. Stacy's been taking over in D and doing the MC duty, so thank you for everyone who covered for me. All right, so anyways, it was fun. So why is Stacy here? Stacy's our treasurer. She's the treasurer of our 501c3. And here we do it old school. We pass the hat. So again, it's free to come. But if you like LA2M and you want to help us, support us, we suggest maybe a $3 donation. Just pass the hat around. Thank you, Stacy. And that goes to support our operating expenses and our scholarship fund. A couple more announcements. Even though we're breaking for the summer, we are having a big picnic. So save the date, all right? August 12th. Is that a Sunday?
Yes.
It's a Sunday, right? From 2 to...
From 1 to 6.
From 1 to 6. Okay, August 12th, from 1 to 6, we are having a picnic at, I can't even remember. Montebello Park, which is in Pittsfield Township.
Right, on Ellsworth Road.
On Ellsworth Road, and we're going to get it like catered, so it's low maintenance for anyone, right? So you just show up, bring the entire family, I don't care. We're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs. We are going to have tickets, so we're making I need to make an Evite, Eventbrite. So you can buy tickets, but it's going to be really cheap, and it's going to be fun. So even though next week is our last program, then August 12th will be a picnic, and then we'll start back up right after Labor Day in the fall. Okay, so just to give you an idea of summer schedule. Bob Ferran is our current sponsor this month. Where's Bob Ferran? Thank you, Bob. Thanks, Bob, for being a sponsor. And LA2M really appreciates our sponsors. You help the organization run because we do have some hard costs. And Bob is also a great photographer. See his big logo, the name Bob? Yeah, and he's offering a special, which I think is really great. And we actually need some photos, so we can come to you too. But he's offering a special, a professional portrait in his studio for only $50. Regular price is $250. Or you can come to your location for only $79. So anyways, I know Stacy did this. Has anyone else taken him up on this offer yet? Greg did this? Okay. It's not a bad deal. It's actually a really good deal. They have a professional photographer, Bob Ferran, one of the most famous photographers. He probably used to hang out with the Rolling Stones for all I know. Take your picture. That's probably $50.
What do you say?
$50. Yeah. Okay, the last announcement I have, I'm sorry, I'm going to get to you in a second. Last announcement I have is, where's Lindsay? Is Lindsay in here?
Yep, right here.
There's Lindsay Blackwell. She's tweeting for LA2M. Next week, Gen my company, is hosting a digital chat, which I think you might find of interest. This isn't official LA2M, but I feel like I can announce it. So next Friday from 3 to 4, we're going to host a digital Twitter chat all about Pinterest. So for all you tweeters out there, and I know you're out there, anybody use Twitter? All right, very good. So follow the hashtag digital chat, and we're going to be tweeting from that next Friday. We'll put it in the email newsletter. It's going to be all about using Pinterest for business. So if anybody has experience with that or wants to learn about that, jump on Twitter and ask questions. Lindsay and Aaron from Gen will be running that. Oh, one more thing. Sonic Lunch is tomorrow. You guys know this? Mitch Ryder is coming. Does anybody remember Mitch Ryder? Yeah. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. So Mitch Ryder's coming. That starts at noon, Sonic Lunch, right at Liberty and Division. Yes. Oh, she got a flyer?
And our Summer Festival.
Summerfest. Okay, you want me to announce Summerfest?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yeah, Top of the Park is until July 8th.
Okay, Top of the Park till July 8th. Go there. It's fun. But the Mitch Ryder thing tomorrow, come there. And if you want to see the digital bus will be there. That's my VW bus. We're going to be giving out free popsicles. So bring all your children. We have a lot. Okay, Stacy's printing stickers, right? Stacy's printing really cool stickers. And we're going to put digital bus stickers and give them to every kid and parent. Young and hard. Okay. So anyways, enough blah for me. I tend to talk too much. Did I miss anything? I did. Okay. All right. So anyways, Jen Eyer. You know, I went to school with her. Isn't that crazy? We used to like hang out at Michigan State University, which was really fun. And now she's a local county, and she's doing great things, and she's buying a new house. She's doing lots of really exciting things. She has kids that are really nice. Her husband seems pretty cool. And I think she's doing community management. She's been doing that for a while. Like, you know those crazy people that comment? She watches it, and she monitors it, and she's going to teach you all about it, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting. And let's give Jen Eyer a big round of applause.
All right, well, thank you, Derek. Is this working okay?
Yes.
Can you guys just give me a show of hands? I just kind of like to calibrate what I'm saying to the level here. Who here is involved in managing an online community of some sort already? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, as Derek mentioned, and thanks to LA2M for having me here. Thank you, Mary Lou, for asking me. I am the statewide community engagement director for MLive Group. Often when I tell people outside of the news industry or the media industry what I do, I get kind of this blank stare in return, and then people follow up with the question, so you're what, in charge of like the engagement announcements or the wedding announcements? And that's it couldn't be more farther from it. That's a happy place, and our our comments can be a happy place too, but they're definitely a bigger challenge. So you know, in a nutshell, my job involves overseeing all the different ways that we, on the editorial side of the business, engage with our readers. So over social media, through digital chats on the site, through face-to-face engagement in events that we sponsor in our community spaces, and then most importantly, through good comments that people leave on our site. And I just kind of wanted to get out of the way the clarification of really what we're talking about when we talk about engagement. I mean, those of us in the room probably all have a good understanding, but it's really a buzzword in the industry. And the whole purpose of it, the whole reason we do it is because it helps us to capture and hold on to the attention of our readers, and then more importantly, to induce them to somehow participate with us. And again, that could be through tweeting at us, through commenting on Facebook, through leaving a comment, through sending us photos. All of those things serve to strengthen our relationship with that reader and to make them a more loyal user and a more productive member of the community that we're creating. So, if you have a business or a product or a brand or something, hopefully it's a good one, first of all, and hopefully you've got some people who are passionate about it. And that's really the first building block for an online community. You want to find a way to capture those passionate users of your product and to get them to engage, not only with each other, but with you. And it tends to be a natural thing when people are passionate about something. They want to find other people who share their passion, and they want to find ways to talk with those people and to talk with the people who make that product. And so by building an online community around your product, you're giving them space to do that. Now, obviously, you can choose not to do that, and people will still talk about your product on other sites, in forums, on Yelp, in a variety of ways. But if you also provide a place, or that you manage and you, I don't want to say control, but you cultivate, you're going to provide a place where there can be positive interactions around what you do. So let's say you're going to build, you're going to allow people to comment. You've got a website, you're going to allow people to comment on the things that you post, your blog posts, your new product reveals, that sort of thing. A couple key things to be thinking about is, have you set clear guidelines for how you want people to interact? Do you know who your audience is? And do you know what types of things they're going to want to talk about? And have you thought about what's okay and what's not okay? What type of interactions you don't want? An online community functions best when there are clear rules that people are aware of, that they're posted, and that they're easily accessible, and that you can constantly refer back to when you feel that people are stepping out of line. You want to think about how you can moderate those comments consistently and transparently. The two things that frustrate users more than anything, commenters more than anything, is a perceived lack of consistency. So, I posted comment X and it was removed, but this person over here posted pretty much the same comment and it stayed. And I have no explanation why. People want that transparency. So when we moderate comments on MLive, for example, when we take comments down and we're pretty sure that the commenter really wouldn't understand why. I mean, sometimes we know they know. In fact, quite often we know they know. But if it's a new user or if it's a very gray, subtle area and we just have decided to take that comment down, we'll often post a notice letting people know why. And then sometimes we'll email the commenter. That's the other piece of it. I email commenters, probably a dozen a week. Just privately, hey, I've noticed that you're a pretty good commenter on the site, but you tend to always violate the rules when it comes to this particular thing. We've got one commenter who always comments on education, and he leaves some pretty good comments, but he continually attacks one of our education writers in a way that is just not constructive. And I've been working with him. One of these days, I'm going to crack it, and he's going to be an upstanding member of the community. And then finally, we want to give people a place where they can discuss moderation transparently. If you're not going to allow them to do that, we don't allow people to, ask, well, why was my comment removed on story threads? Because it's frustrating for other users who just want to come and read about the topic at hand. They don't care why, Football Fan 01's comment was removed. So, we give them a separate place, but it's an open and transparent place where they can ask their questions and get them answered in a timely manner, and feel like everything is being done out in the open. So, I mentioned, in the title of the talk, the word anonymous. This has really become a really interesting topic in the industry in the past year or so. In particular, with the advent of Facebook, rolling out their platform, and a lot of news sites adopting that platform. I often get asked, well, will MLive adopt the Facebook commenting platform? And my answer really is a resounding no. It will not. And we have absolutely thoroughly looked at that platform and just don't think that it meets our needs for a variety of reasons. This is Exhibit A. And I did not cite the source on this one because my intent is not to shame any other news sites. These types of comments could just as easily have been taken from our own Facebook page, our online Facebook page, because we do get comments like this. But I always remove them so fast and so horrified, and like delete, and then I forget to take a screenshot.
What does it say? Yeah, we can't see it.
You can't see it? Oh, it's a story about, it's a crime story about a sexual assault. They're hoping that certain things happen to these people when they get into prison. They're saying that women need to stop being so loose, drunk, easy, because they're setting themselves up for such behavior, and then another person comes back with a nasty slam. There was also, unfortunately, which I didn't capture here, a lot of racist stuff going on in the spread. My point in showing you this is that people who are jerks, people who are racist, people who are homophobes, are just as likely to post using their real name as they are to post anonymously. So real names alone doesn't solve the problem. In fact, Discuss, which is one of the more popular commenting platforms, did a study recently, and granted, we have to take it with a grain of salt because they have a dog in the fight. You know, they want people to use their platform rather than the Facebook platform. But their system does allow people to sign in using Facebook, and so they did an analysis of, I think it was 500,000 comments on their system, and they looked at how other users rated the comments. So did they get a thumbs up or a thumbs down? They found that people who used pseudonyms when commenting actually were the most productive members of the community. So they tended, their comments tended to be viewed as positive more often. They commented 4.7 times more often than people who use their real names. In addition, and here's where I think is really interesting, so the red one is people who use Facebook. Their comments were perceived as neutral 40% of the time. I think that's really key because this falls right in line with the observations that I've seen, with other sites that use Facebook comments. And that's that, people tend to be very measured, almost kind of bland in what they say. And, some people would think that's a good thing, right? It's polite, it's civil. The unfortunate thing is that it's not genuine. People are not saying what they really think. And that's the power of the online community in the first place, is to give people a place where they can be genuine, be real, talk about their concerns, the things that are going on around them, without fear of reprisal. So if real comments or real names isn't the answer, what is? I will not stand here and pretend that MLive or Arbor.com has won the internet. We still have a lot of work to do, but we've found some key things that I think are worth sharing. And one of them is to be present in every conversation, to have a staff member who is present in almost every conversation that occurs on the site. And the way that we do this is and let me step back for a minute and just give you a little bit of background on MLive Media Group for those who don't know. Back in early this year, Advanced Communications, which owns all of the 8 different booth newspapers in Michigan, reorganized and formed MLive Media Group, which now owns all of those newspapers. And MLive Media Group, as an entity, really sets the direction and the standards for how all the newspapers move forward in terms of digital journalism. That's a whole other topic. But in terms of community engagement and audience engagement. And we decided to take a very different direction from what MLive previously had done with comments. And so we took a much stronger stance on moderation, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we also took a stronger hand with engagement, so asking our reporters to read every comment on their stories and get into the comment stream early on to help set the tone for the entire conversation, to ask questions of users, of commenters, in an attempt to, kind of steer the direction into a productive place, and to, of course, answer questions when they come up. So this is a great example right here because this is a story that ran a couple months ago. This is the type of story that a year ago on MLive would have attracted really horrible comments. But Zane McMillan, who's our reporter, did a really good job kind of acting as talk show host almost in this comment stream. And he would come in and every few comments, every 10 comments or so, I think there was over 100 comments on this story. And respond to people, thank them for their opinions, for sharing their opinions, ask questions, trying to get beyond the rhetoric that you see people, saying on this type of story and trying to move the conversation forward. And the result was we actually had to remove very few comments on this story. And while we all could probably go into that comment thread and find things that we find personally offensive, they did not violate the rules. And the point of it is not to remove all offensiveness. It's to allow people to have a genuine conversation about how they feel in a respectful and civil manner. So, in addition to all of this activity that happens within the comments also provide us lots of opportunities to, see what people are talking about and to produce new content based on those comments. It's kind of the digital version of the letters to the editor, where we sometimes we'll go through a comment stream, a story gets 200 comments, and we'll pick out 10 comments that summarize all the different points of view, and we'll run that as a new post. Or in this case, there was a commenter who actually, this was on an original story. He said, what if she had used uterus instead of vagina? And you guys, I'm sure all know, you've heard this brouhaha from last week. Well, Dave Murray thought that was such an interesting comment that he actually spun a whole column on it. And as a reader, that's pretty powerful to think, hey, my comment was so good that they wrote a whole column based on it. That's a pretty powerful connection that he just made with that one reader. Some other ways of building community on your website are through soliciting user stories. Asking people to share their stories about certain topics or their photos and their video. This is an example from Arbor.com where we just happened to notice one day in our personal newsfeeds that friends were sharing photos of a beautiful sunrise that morning, and we thought, hey, let's make a post on the site and see if people send in their photos. And we got a bunch of photos, and it's just kind of one of the other small ways that we kind of do every day just to connect with people and those readers whose photos were featured on the site certainly got a kick out of that. So moving beyond your site into the community of social media. I mean, social media obviously has its own built-in community. You've got a Facebook page, you've got fans. That's a community in and of itself. But of course, and I'm sure most of the people in this room are well aware of this, it's not just about marketing your content and pushing out your links. It's about building that community around your product and getting people excited about it. I love the Cupcake Station on Twitter. I love how they do these spur-of-the-moment contests where they just throw out a question. It doesn't even have to do with cupcakes. It was about the Tigers. And anyone who answers correctly wins 6 free cupcakes. It also provides the opportunity to really be seen as an expert in your field. And the same thing goes with comments on your site. When people ask you questions and you answer them, that solidifies your position as an expert. But on social media, it can happen as well. The produce station is really, really active on social media. I love their Facebook and Twitter presence. And this is an example. They just posted something about rosemary, and the first comment is, "Hey, I can never keep mine alive." And I'm guessing it was Andrew. I think he the Gorsuch manages this. Exactly says, "We'd love to help with that. Stop by and talk to Gail. She can help." And so for this guy, and for anyone else who sees that, that helps to cement the idea that the produce station is a local resource for garden questions. It also provides the opportunity to build buzz around your larger community and to really be seen as someone who is a positive force, or a business that's a positive force in your community. Charles Reinhardt Company does a great job with this, posting tweets that are kind of building up Ann Arbor as a great place to be, responding to people, connecting with other organizations, with other individuals, writing fun blog posts for people to respond to. I think it's just a great example. Of course, all of this engagement comes with its challenges, and the biggest one is dealing with negative feedback. And this can happen on your site, so I'll talk about first. What do you do when someone gets on your site and posts something negative? Well, assuming it's not completely unconstructive, and it's something worth responding to, we found that what works really well is just being very straightforward, not being defensive, and just stating your case very plainly. And I really like this example. This is not uncommon, by the way, where you've got somebody who's really trashing the story, calls it, says it belongs in a garbage gossip column, and asks the writer, what was your intent for the story? Now, the story was actually about the DeVos family, and it was a Florida reporter had written a story about the DeVosses spending the winter months down there, and it was kind of interesting from the perspective of the Florida reporter. And Jim Harger in Grand Rapids wrote a blog post about it. So he comes back and says, I just thought it was an interesting story to share with our readers. People tend to be interested in the DeVosses. And I thought it was interesting, from the perspective of the Florida-based reporter. And the guy comes back and clearly feels bad for how he acted. And like I said, this is not uncommon. When people see that we're listening and we're there, then it's like, oh. And he's not even using his real name, So he doesn't have to fear that anyone knows that he was a jerk. But he still clearly feels that. And he says, my comments about your article were rude and unprofessional toward you, which I apologize for. Engaging on other sites. This is something that I think businesses are far too reluctant to do. But it can be really, really effective. I have to tell Jeff Larkham, he's my gold standard for this. For those of you who know Jeff, he was a long-time Ann Arbor news writer, and now he does communications for Eastern Michigan. And so he has no fear really when it comes to engaging with people. But you'll often see him pop up on Arbor.com stories about EMU, and he'll come in and he'll add more information. He'll answer questions from readers. He'll clarify things if he thinks he wasn't quite clear the first time around. It's well received. People don't come back and just attack him. And so in this manner he can he can either not answer and just let all these, comments kind of hang out there, or he can come in and his interaction actually provides something very positive. We had a situation a couple months ago in Jackson where there was a story about consumers' energy, and somebody came along and commented some awful story about customer service with consumers' energy, and the spokesperson contacted our community news director in Jackson and said, "Can you take that comment down, please?" And he said, "No, we're not going to take the comment down. It doesn't violate our rules." But we do welcome you to comment back. Go ahead, get on there, and tell the person whatever you're going to do to help make it right. They didn't want to do it, and I think that was a mistake. That was a big missed opportunity. And part of my job is to just keep coaching businesses to try and do that, and hopefully next time something like that comes up, they will. So that is all I have. And I would love to take questions.
Jen, thank you very much. A really insightful look into moderating communities. Do we have questions for Jen? I'm sure we've got some people heavily involved in moderating communities in this group. Questions? Leslie?
It's not really a question, it's just a comment that I really liked how you talked about the negative feedback, because as a writer, sometimes you can't control, and I found that just responding positively to negative comments is the best way, because I've erased it at first. I used to erase those comments, and then people would have already seen it, and they'd ask me, why did you erase his comment? And that just creates another issue.
It does. It creates the impression that you can't take the criticism.
Right.
I will say that we are very careful at MLive to not allow people to just blatantly attack our writers. Right. So if somebody, says, where did you even graduate from high school and you can't even write a stupid sentence? We'll take that down, and I'll email a person and say, hey, we welcome constructive criticism of our reporting and our writing, but please be respectful.
Do we have other questions for Jen? Excuse me. Ed.
Hi, Jen. Do you think that reporters and editors spending their time answering comments makes for better reporting? Or do you think that the effort that would have otherwise been done writing news stories is being diverted into being part of the user engagement process?
That is such a great question. And it's one that we continually are evaluating and thinking about how much time are we spending on this? Is it the right thing? What value are we getting from it? Right now, we seem to feel comfortable with the amount of time we're spending, because what we're getting is it's not just the moderating and the involvement, keeping things civil. It's providing us continuous feedback on our coverage. So people will flesh out angles that we were unaware of. We get find new sources that way. We find just from a very high level what people are interested in. If nobody's commenting on a story, that's a pretty clear indication to us that there isn't a whole lot of interest on this topic. But it's just a continuous feedback loop that I think is very valuable as we continue to evolve our reporting and fine-tune what we're covering in the community.
In addition to question, Roger, question?
Actually, this is more like a comment, but you can answer it. I've been advocating for a two-tier commenting system. One tier that has their real name and one tier for the people who want to remain anonymous. And then have a button that you can say, I only want to listen to the people that give their real names, because those are the worthwhile comments. So would you care to comment on that?
Well, okay. My first thought would be, you want to build that for us?
Absolutely.
No, in all seriousness, I definitely see the lure of that. But I would kind of get back to my own observations on the most valuable comments that I've come across. They're usually not from somebody using their real name. They're usually from somebody who is a frequent commenter on the site using a pseudonym that they, an identity that they feel strongly about. People who use pseudonyms, they like that identity and they care for that identity and they, want to keep that identity. And they feel a responsibility to the community under that identity. And I think that's why, their comments tend to be pretty valuable.
Second row here.
We just had recently a situation in Ann Arbor with the Ann Arbor Marathon and comments on either side of how that was carried out. And going back to one of the other comments earlier, I think it's absolutely essential that the reporter or an editor is involved in directing it, because it clearly was an issue. People fell on either side of the fence, and it could just fall into he said, she said, a really negative place, and of no interest to people reading the comments. I found myself reading the comments, looking for something positive, something that wasn't just, it's easy to fall on some side. So I think it's essential that somebody is monitoring it and redirect the conversation in other way, and actually led to some additional coverage.
Yeah, I think those are the situations that require our attention and our cultivation the most. I think you're absolutely right.
Do we have any further hands? Leslie?
We had a situation where there was, we had a situation where there wasn't a car accident and some people, a person was killed. And so the newspaper article didn't actually specify who it was until the owner was notified. And a couple of, people decided to respond in the comment section and put the whole blow-by-blow. And I heard she was texting, and I heard this, and it was this person, and she's the one who walks the dog. And I mean, like, the whole thing is, and so they didn't remove it initially, and so then there was, it just went viral, and everybody was commenting, and originally it was like the wrong person they had said. Do you think you should take down comments like that?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, like they do. Okay.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate when they don't get taken down right away, because then the misinformation spreads very, very quickly. But yeah, we take that very seriously in the MLive media group, and we take down anything that crime stories are particularly difficult to moderate, and accidents and tragedies. But anything that would, identify the person if they haven't been identified yet. Anything talking about the alleged events that led up to the accident, until we have verified them, we won't let commenters talk about them. And we'll contact those commenters offline and say, if you've got information you want to share with the reporter, please contact the reporter.
Claire? Yeah. Jen, I have a question. This just sounds so labor intensive. How do you personally stay on top of all these comments, or how many people do you have on your team staying up with comments? These people comment 24/7.
Yes, they do.
Are you up at
And that 22 to 24 tends to be the worst time of day for the comments. The way we work it is every news hub, every newspaper has its own community engagement specialist. And that person is responsible for keeping an eye on the comments, but it really gets down to the reporter level. So each reporter is responsible for watching the comments on their own stories, for letting us know if there are comments that violate the guidelines. The CES usually takes care of those problem comments. If they have an ongoing issue with a commenter, then I get involved. And then we also have a moderation team that is responsible for clearing out all of our flagged comments. So they're our backup. It's a really a multi-tiered system.
We have time for one more question.
Well, Jen and I have worked together, so I kind of know the answer to this question, but I think it would be interesting to share. At what point in comments do you just throw in the towel, enough is enough, we're going to close comments on the story? What are the circumstances when that might arise?
Yeah. This is something that happens infrequently, but it does happen. I'd say, every few months, every couple months, probably on average. And the bar is where we have removed a majority of the comments, so 70–80% of the comments. And the ones that are left truly aren't saying much of value. They just happen to not violate the guidelines. There was a story that I closed comments on MLive. It was a story about a man accused of abusing dogs in a sexual manner. And there was nothing constructive that anyone could say about that. And we gave it a try. But after we removed 90% of the comments, we just closed the commenting and nobody complained. So.
Thank you, Jen, for a great presentation and some wonderful answers to some really interesting questions. Please put your hands together for Jen. It is now time at LA2M to pass the microphone. Please stand up, give your name, perhaps the company you're working for, or your current aspirations, or if you have an ask. And we'll kick off with Mike.
Thank you, Dave. What an honor. I want to start with my aspirations. I wish it would just cool down a little bit. Mike Wynn with Sandra Trading. We work with local entrepreneurs, companies to help them sell more easily. Usually come to us for reasons like they're anxious, their sales results aren't where they need them to be, or maybe they're a little bit worried that they get pushed around in pricing by their clients and are looking for a way to gain more leverage on their pricing. Mike Wynn with Sandra Trading.
My name is David Alphone. I work with American Clinics in Ypsilanti, and we're America's leader in weight loss surgery.
Hi, I'm Steve Eyer. About the only thing I can say today is that we had a pretty interesting conversation here about Google Plus, and you might want to give it a shot if you haven't taken a look at it.
I'm Bob Ferran, and I'm the sponsor this month for LA2M. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit more about the offer I have to do your portrait. I've had a bunch of people take me up on it already, and the best part about it is I'm getting to meet a lot of new people, and we're having some fun taking some pictures, so if you need a photo, give me a call. Thanks.
Quite quickly, I'm Arbor, and just recently started a small company called
Hi, my name is Kelsey Trayview, and I just graduated from grad school with my Master's of Interactive Media, and I'm looking to find a job in this area, in the Michigan area. I do design, social media, so this talk from Jen was really helpful. I really got a lot out of it, so thank you. And yeah.
Hi, I'm Lisa Radwick, and I'm a consumer products marketing manager, and I help companies analyze their sale and improve their products and brands, and I'm looking for some new opportunities around the Ann Arbor area.
Hi, I'm Stacy from Dollar Bill, the local digital print shop, and Bob, I took him up on his offer, and my pictures are great. So make sure you do that, because everybody, as I said when I emceed the last couple weeks, you all have social media and you have to put your pictures up, so you might as well not put the picture where you're half in it because you had to cut out the drunk person next to you. Right? I'm shocked at how many pictures everybody is at a party, you know? And I think that's fun for Facebook, but if you're trying to really be professional or whatever, you need a professional picture, and you did a great job. And two, when you're at Sonic Lunch tomorrow, besides the stickers and the popsicles that I'm gonna print for Derek today, I'm also printing the digital bus magnets. So next week, you gotta tell me how cool those are gonna be when you put them on your filing cabinet at your office after you go to Sonic Lunch tomorrow.
Very cool, Stacy. Jane Delancey Design, and we do design for marketing and communication, and that includes design for print, which, believe it or not, I'm still doing. So I know I've worked with some of the people in this room, and I'd be happy to talk to other people in the room, what your needs might be for print or web design. Jane Delancey Design.
Hi, I'm Claire Hughes. I'm a marketing and communications consultant, and I just want to make a pitch for an event that's happening next Thursday at Topping Park from 6 to 9. I'm a member of Watch Women's Exchange, and it's a group dedicated to helping women in business and organizations learn, grow, and cultivate relationships with each other. So if you're interested, you fit that criteria, wxwbusiness.com. It'll be a real fun, casual event next Thursday, Topping Park from 6 to 9.
That was tomorrow.
Next week. 28th. 28th. June 28th.
I'm Leslie McGraw with Let's Go Social Media Training and Professional Services. If you were looking and wondering how to build your online community, let me know. We can go. Let's go.
I'm Max King. I'm with Bud Gibson in the Google Practicum class. Decided to come see what everything was about.
I'm Cliff Sheldon with Ann Arbor State Bank, also with Ann Arbor SCORE, that provides free counseling for businesses.
Hi there, Robbie Bullock. I'm a recent EMU graduate. I do video marketing, promotion, and then also Google AdWords and analytics. Looking to expand my networking in both areas. So,
Yay!
That works.
Hi everyone, I'm Chelsea M. Brown. I'm the Community Relations Coordinator at SOS Community Services. We're a nonprofit helping those who are facing homelessness. My ask is, we've been selected as one of the sponsored charities for the Color Run. How many of you have heard about the Color Run? Yes? Okay, so we're looking for volunteers. So if you guys want to volunteer and help contribute to SOS, please see me. Thank you.
Susan Harris, I fixed my calendar. I read an amazing thing yesterday. If you're under 32, you've never lived in a world without the internet.
My name is Lisa Machado. I work for Beckett and Rayner, and I'm learning all kinds of things about that kind of the internet that I did not know before.
I'm Cindy Chipko with Beckett Raylor. We're a landscape architecture planning and engineering firm.
I'm Imad Haddad. My background is in mathematics, science, and medicine. I am here to represent UPGO. UPGO is a new company that started doing business in La Jolla, California about a year ago. We are starting to look into the Ann Arbor and the Midwestern market to establish and start some business activities here, hopefully with the idea of expanding. We are in the market and in the field of business intelligence, developing products with new, innovative, never existed before technology that will make the use of all the analytics areas in business, taking businesses to another level. So hopefully start looking us up on the internet, upgo.com. Hopefully that will be a household name within the next few months, because we are in the process of packaging and we'll be introducing to the market our products within the next 6 weeks. Thank you.
Hi, Samantha Costa. It's my first time here. I work with Digital Image Studios in Farmington Hills, Michigan. I actually live in the surrounding areas, kind of all over the place.
production, audio work, pretty much anything you think of for advertising. So if anyone ever needs anything,
I'm Brian Schilling from Clarity Quest Marketing. We do marketing and SEO for healthcare and technology clients.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Uziel from Knowledge Digital. We're right here in downtown Ann Arbor, and we are a digital and mobile developer. I also want to put another plug out. I said it before, but I had a client that we're doing a rollout for digitally, and he's doing a contest, and he needs a lot of things, but he still needs something printed. And because of my association with LA2M, I was able to meet Stacy at Dollar Bill Copying. She did some beautiful stickers that needed to use these, and they're just phenomenal. And he's actually putting them on everything. He's already called me and said, I'm going to have to reorder some more. So use each other. This is where we can connect with business. So thanks.
I'm Bob Shannon. I'm a tax advisor to LA2M, but I'm also a CPA with a practice in Chelsea, Michigan, and I specialize in helping growing high-tech companies keep their accounts and taxes on track. Robert Shannon, CPA PC.
Hi, my name is Kyla Miller, and I'm an intern at Ingenex.
I'm Brianna Zalneski, I'm also an intern at Ingenex.
Hello everyone, I'm Megan Crosby with the Charles Reinhardt Company. We're the leading residential company in Ann Arbor. I'm fun.
Hi, I'm Ed Gilmetti. I organize a Thursday lunch that's quite a bit smaller than this at Eastern Accents, but it has a healthy community around it as well, with a mailing list of over 400 people, and remarkable ability using that to find anything in Ann Arbor or the world that you would ever want to find. So contact me if you're interested in joining in that. I'm also in the middle of a job hunt, so if you need to talk to someone who can help you find your way, let me know.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Blackwell. I'm the social media director at Ingenex, and since Derek is not here, I will do the shameless plugs. Come see the digital bus at Sonic Lunch tomorrow. We will have ice cream and stickers and magnets and all kinds of fun stuff. And if you're on Twitter, we are hosting our first digital chat next Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. So just hop on Twitter and use the hashtag digital chat to learn more about Pinterest for business.
Hi, I'm Phil Lee, and this is my first time for this event. And I'm just starting consulting company for the life science.
I'm Roger Rayle. What can I say today that I haven't said before? Yeah, I'm going to get to Sonic Lunch about 9:30, I think, because I want to get a seat. Bring my own seat. Yeah, so that's good. And of course, the summer festival is going on, and I'll see some of you down there.
Hi, I'm Dennis Pinsky. I do sales and marketing, and I also help Roger out with the video in here.
I'm Bud Gibson. I created the search marketing program at Eastern Michigan University. One thing I'm really excited about, and this is 5 months in advance, is our next search marketing workshop that we're going to be putting on November 16th. Rounding up a great set of speakers and resources for that event. So I look forward to inviting you to that in the fall, and hopefully sponsoring LA2M again in the fall.
Hi, I'm Mary Rosecki with El Dente Pasta, a local company just north of Ann Arbor.
Hi, I'm Greg Peters. My company is The Reluctant Networker. My clients come to my workshops because they would rather have a root canal than make small talk. So I also want to give a big shout out to Bob. Elizabeth and I went over yesterday and had our photo shoot, and it was a remarkable experience, and we're really looking forward to having those on all of our marketing materials. Thank you, Bob.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Peters, and I'm owner of the Astilbe Group here in Ann Arbor. We basically help companies get business contracts with the federal government. And I also would like to give a testimonial. Mike Wynn, I just recently finished up the foundations training. It's a sales sales training course that was phenomenal. And now I'm just finishing up the negotiating skills. So if you have any questions about San Jose, please talk to me. I'd be happy to help discuss it.
Hi everyone, I'm Christian Ward. I'm with Outdoor Athlete Magazine. This is my first official LA2M meeting. I'm usually one of the people who sits in the back and skips out before they do this little activity. I'm responsible for generating revenue for the magazine and trying to drag the publisher out of the dark ages of print into the modern age of tablets and Android and digital platforms so we can do a better job to monetize that.
I'm David Martell, I'm the marketing director at Arbor.com, and I could do a whole line of announcements, but I'll keep it to two. The first one is on topic with Jen's talk. We have been on Arbor.com for the last couple weeks collecting responses to a survey all about commenting. So today is the last day that we'll be collecting those responses. So if you've not taken that survey, just go to any page on Arbor.com, down at the bottom near the footer, you'll see an ad that says comments, love them or hate them, take our survey. So we appreciate it. It takes about no more than 10 minutes to take the survey, and we really want your feedback. The second announcement is just that a couple of weeks ago we launched a whole new overhauled entertainment section and events calendar on Arbor.com. So check that out at Arbor.com/events, and feel free to email any of us. You can email me at davidmartell@Arbor.com. We'd love to hear your feedback on that as well. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Shelton, and I work in the marketing department at Washington Community College, and I'm also in charge of the Alumni Association. So with Brandon, if any of you all are WCC alumni, let me know, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks.
And I'm Krista Rumsey, also with Washington Community College. I'm actually the Director of Advancement for the Washington Community College Foundation.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Olds. I'm manager for LA2M. Thanks everybody for coming out. This was another great presentation. Thank you, Jen. It was very valuable and insightful. And just wanted to make sure that you all save the date, August 12th, for LA2M Picnic. You'll be receiving an email with more details coming up. We're looking for some more folks to help with entertainment, games, that sort of thing. So if you guys have really great ideas for fun activities for picnics, love to hear from you and love to have you involved. We want as many people to be involved with this as possible because it's going to be a really great time. Also, I'm a freelance writer, so looking for someone to do some writing. Please let me know what type of project you have in mind, and we'll work something out. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Terry Sherman from Twin Studios. I'm a commercial and portrait photographer. Our sponsor is competition, I suppose. So I'll try not to, but I also shoot for outdoor athletes, for winning Michigan Water Magazine. So I wish I was shooting that color run, but I think I've tripled this book. I think that's the same week as the U.S. Senior Open and the Charity Festival. If I'm not mistaken. So I already got to be 2 places at once. So somebody figures out the morning, let me know.
I am Dee Davey, Creative Ideas Marketing. I help companies who provide business-to-business services grow their revenues and improve their business, and I've been doing that for over 25 years. Clients come to me when they're frustrated because they want to grow their business and they're not sure what to do. I help them find the hidden opportunities for them to grow. Dee Davey, Creative Ideas Marketing. I am also pleased to announce each week's program when I'm here. And next week will be the last Wednesday lunch meeting for LA2M before we break up for the summer. We have Wendy Carell from the Ann Arbor Public Schools Education Foundation coming out to talk about the partnership between the AAPS-EF and LA2M. You heard earlier this afternoon Derek announcing that we will be donating $1,000 to the Youth Opportunity Grants Program. We're very excited to be involved in this worthwhile cause, and I invite you to come out and listen to Wendy talk about the AAPS-EF and how we're working together. That will be followed by a traditional program, and your speaker next week is Dee Davey. I will be talking about planning for success, and I will be giving you a framework of 5 essential elements to grow your business. Join me, Dee Davey, at LA2M next week. Have a great week and enjoy the sunshine. Thank you.